All right, guys. Well, I'm back today with an absolutely awesome AR-10 pistol. This thing is a noisemaker and it is a blast down at the range. We are looking at the PSA Sabre-10A1. It's the forged variety with the 12.5-inch barrel chambered in 308. And this also has the SBA4 brace. We're going to be talking about the specs and features, the performance, and why you would want something like this massive 308 pistol. Let's dig into it. But before we do, I also want to give a huge shout out to AAC Ammo for sending out the ammo to help make this review possible. We ran a ton of their standard 308 through this, as well as a few other loads to just get a feel for reliability, and it all ran great. Again, huge shout out to AAC. Definitely more information on AAC 308 and videos to come. We're going to actually be doing a full review on this ammo lineup. We've already done one on 5.56, but back into the review now. Full disclosure, I actually requested this from PSA. They sent it out to the channel. I don't have to send it back, and I am in love with this pistol. Let's start from the front and work our way to the back and talk about what makes this unique over some other AR pistols I've reviewed in the past, starting with the barrel length. The 12.5-inch barrel length seems to be perfect for this pistol style setup with the 308. It's long enough to get some pretty decent velocity, but short enough to still be nimble, especially when adding a can to the end. And I believe that's where this setup really shines, almost as like a micro SPR pistol. But by definition, I guess, special purpose pistol, so SPP, if that makes sense. It came with a three-prong flash hider from PSA, and they do a really good job with their three-prong flash hiders. They're actually all different lengths on the prongs to prevent a ping when being fired, and it worked good, but we instantly knew we wanted to put a suppressor on the end of it, so we are rocking one of the Chemo flash hiders. Now, right behind that and attached to the barrel itself is going to be the gas system. It's a mid-length gas system on a 12.5-inch barrel. Now, the barrel steel is going to be the 416R stainless steel, which is a great barrel steel, not only for performance, but for accuracy. And then we are looking at a 1 in 10 twist rate. So it's got a nitride finish on the barrel itself, so really, really corrosion resistant, great for all different types of environments. Now, that gas system is actually topped off with a very interesting gas block, and it's the first time I've utilized it. It's the rifle speed adjustable gas block that's actually pinned in place. So great when it comes to reliability, durability, and bomb-proof design, and you want that on a 308 pistol. The cool thing is it's adjustable on the fly. You simply rotate it through. Now, 12 is going to give you the most gas, 1 is going to give you the least gas, and on one, between like 1 and 7, unbraced, freehand, you're going to have reliability issues when it comes to firing. So I recommend, obviously, shooting it at the higher gas settings between 8 to 12, unsuppressed, for 100% reliability. I actually have this turned down to 5 with a can on the end of it, utilizing one of the dead air cans, and it works out great. So the fact that you can adjust that on the fly without any issues makes this thing insanely reliable with a wide variety of loads, suppressed and unsuppressed. PSA knows what they're doing. But honestly, this whole setup, for me anyways, is really designed to be run with a can, and it makes sense that it's so short with a can. It's a great package for different hunting applications, CQB applications with that massive 308 round. You can clear steering columns in a car. I mean, it's just a freaking awesome setup, and it really is, with the pinned adjustable gas block. Perfect, absolutely perfect for a suppressor. If you're looking at this review, thinking about grabbing it, and you're not going to suppress it, I would actually look at their 13.7 and 14.5-inch pinned and welded versions. Those are going to be, I think, a little bit more practical for unsuppressed applications, or their standard 16 or 18-inch versions. PSA has so many different offerings. If this one is not for you, they got something that is. Now, I also love the rail system that surrounds that barrel. It locks up rock solid, has steel inserts on the QD slot, and I love the color variation of this entire setup. Now, when you're looking at these rails that PSA is doing on the Sabre Sabre line, they are killing it. M-lock slots everywhere you need them, monolithic pick rail at the top, and again, I love those steel inserts and steel lockup and anti-rotation tabs. They are not going anywhere, and PSA has really done an amazing job. Now, moving along to the upper and lower, you're getting a standard dust cover, forward assist, and the BCG and charging handle are actually upgrades over what you would consider on like a base model AR-10. When you're looking at the BCG, we are looking at the Sabre AR-10 BCG with the Springco gas rings and the OCK's gas key fasteners. The bolt steel is 9310, and that carrier finish is going to be a hard chrome finish, which matches the look of the gun perfectly when we are talking about a lot of those clone style builds with the 10A1. It's been 100% functional down at the range with absolutely no issues running the standard AAC 150 grain 308 or some of the soft point or black tip varieties. It just chugs along perfectly, especially with that adjustable gas system. All of the Sabres are going to come with that Radian Raptor LT charging handle. Love this charging handle, one of my absolute favorites, and it's just going to work out great on this setup. Moving along to the lower assembly, we do have an ambidextrous safety, but this side is cut down so it doesn't interfere with your hand, and a two-stage trigger, and that trigger is absolutely awesome on this setup. Again, it's the brand new Sabre two-stage, and it's a black DLC coated. Smooth take-up, crisp break, and you can run it pretty fast. It also comes with the anti-walk pins already installed, so you're good to go. It's got an incorporated trigger guard, which flows really nice and doesn't break up the look of the gun. Perfect for gloved fingers, but small enough to really protect the trigger from any issues. And then we do have that B5 Systems grip and SBA4 brace. Now the color system or color scheme is going to be that really that moss green that you see right here. And when you are looking at some of the different lower components, you're going to start getting that that really nice two-tone feel from this color variety. Now, if you don't love this color scheme, they obviously have standard color schemes on a lot of their pistols, and that SBA4 brace does a really good job. And you do have QD slots located at the rear with the steel inserts as well, which mates up perfectly with these front ones. In summary, this is an absolutely awesome pistol. Now, why would you want something like this, especially with such a short barrel for 308? Now, I think this 12.5, again, lends itself with that adjustable gas block to be suppressed. And with the fact that suppressor wait times are almost non-existent right now, being like a week or two, it makes sense that PSA has come out with something like this. I feel like its peak performance or its peak form is running a can on the end. A nice, robust Chemo 308 can locks up rock solid, tune that gas system perfectly, and you can rattle off shots with a really nimble 308 package that does everything you need it to, especially when it comes to the performance and actually even accuracy out at a distance. Now, I only took this out to 200 yards. We were plinking steel no problem with this aim-point red dot, so no issues there. I haven't shot it for groups much past that, but honestly, for me, I'm not going to be taking this anywhere past 200 yards. It's a 200-yard and in gun. It performs well in those distances, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you ever consider grabbing one of these Sabre 10A1 Forged 12.5s? I love it, but again, I'm running a can on the end. Thanks for watching. Thanks to PSA for sending this out, and thanks to AAC for the ammo. Have a good one.